All right, here we are. We are 0-4, playing against Rick Rolled in the finals. I don't know if Rick Rolled is also 0-4 like I am, but what I do know is that I have to mulligan this hand. Just a red land. If this were an island, I would consider keeping it. I actually have quite a few things. Oops, I hit keep. So, well, we aren't going to beat Affinity anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, I drew a land, that's step one. See if my opponent can figure out what I'm on. We're never beating even a remotely reasonable Affinity draw. My opponent thinking. This is actually a little risky play. Like if I had bolted this germ, they wouldn't have been able to cast anything this turn. But I did not have a bolt. I instead had nothing. So that's where we are. Obviously, I should have mulliganed this hand. I don't think it matters, you know. Like we're not going to beat Affinity, even with a remotely reasonable draw from them. Yep, just F6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think the only way we're going to win is if I just draw some Gorilla Shamans, get really lucky. Although all I would have taken here is a Flame Slash and we'd have been in great shape. Alright. Not really protecting any information or anything for my opponent here. I do kind of just want to concede because I'm getting a little sick of this particular game right here with all this stuff. But you know what? When you play the memes, you live by the memes, you die by the memes. So right now we're dying by the memes. We have no outs. We can concede now. They had a pretty easy turn 5 kill there, so no reason to keep playing it out. Alright, let's make sure I actually get all the stuff out of my deck that I want out of my deck this time. So I'm going to take out all the things that are really bad against them. So I want to take out all the really bad removal. So I've got like some shrivels and stuff that I don't want. And when I say the bad removal, I mean like the really bad removal. Like I've got some stuff that's not great. Like Electrickery is really bad. Don't want that. Where are those shrivels? These Quombodge Witches are pretty bad. Yeah, I'll take you out. They're hard to cast anyway. Can't cast any of that stuff. Wrench Mine seems pretty bad against them. The old discard 1 card for 2 mana. All this stuff seems fine. Yeah, let's keep all that stuff. Maybe I'll cut some rewinds. Cut some rewinds out of here. Rewind seems pretty bad. Alright. Let's do it up. Would I like to play first? Yes. Sure. I don't have any red mana, but this hand actually doesn't seem half bad. I've got a Disfigure. Gonna have some blue mana soon. Got a Night's Whisper. This comes into play tapped, right? Yeah. So, not great. I'm gonna go ahead and Disfigure this right away. Don't have time to hold that up or anything. Okay, so I get to hold up Negate here, which is actually pretty good a lot of times turn 2 against Affinity. They often play a Nicker Wellspring or Prophetic Prism on this turn, which I am happy to negate. So, done with that. Got all our colors lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and play this so I can get an island. Gonna be really great when I have to fetch with this. It's a little inefficient, like next turn I could have Night's Whispered plus used this, but I actually have no way to use my mana this turn. It's possible I should have cast Night's Whisper and then this mountain, but I'd like to hold up Fairy Trickery next turn if I can. Hopefully this really hurt them, like maybe they can't cast a Carapace Forger this turn. Nope, they've got perfect mana. So they got perfect mana, but let's see if they have any threats. Thoughtcast, obviously a great card. And a Froggy. So I'm gonna kill that Froggy with my Magma Spray, and then I'm gonna hold up Fairy Trickery. We'll see if MTGO can ever, load this up for me. Nice and efficient. Okay, well that's a good draw. Gonna need a little more action soon, but I don't need it right away. So I wonder if my opponent even knew I was playing blue after last game. I only played red lands and I discarded Pestilence. Not gonna counter a Flare Husk. Flare Husk is really good against my style of deck, unfortunately. Alright, get tricked, opponent. Here comes the Atog. Obviously, that was a bait spell. But we're not dead to Atog yet. Night's Whisper. Okay. Play out that Signet. Gonna pick up an island. Alright, looks like I'm dead. Yep, I died. Darn, we couldn't pull one off in the league. So I'm gonna probably just run this through some 2-player queues until I can get a win for you guys. Opponent's running up the score. Although they don't know, maybe I have Snuff Out. I do have Snuff Out in the list, so wouldn't that be pretty brutal? If they went and like sacked everything to Atog and then I just went ahead and I got him. Like I got him so good. That'd be pretty great. But it's not what happened. We just got owned instead. Yep. Darn. We get 10 play points for our 0-5 finish. So let's run this through some 2-player queues and see if I can get a win. We'll keep going with that.